Hello, my name is Josh Lewis, and this is my Project 2 charter for Indigenous Visits International, which is a nonprofit group that I have renamed because their business is none of the class's business. But I was uh, approached about 8 months ago to build a multicultural, multilingual website for a nonprofit that schedules trips to third world countries and then takes the way too much money and invests it back into the indigenous communities that they visit. And I am tempted to use the term ecotourism, but these people are actually pretty cool, and it's not as stupid as all that, but it is kind of stupid. But anyway, most of the constituency of these people are from like Italy and Spain, so like Western and Southern Europe. But they're looking for global clients and donors, and that's why we were talking about the site. Um, but as I looked into it, I realized that it was going to take many sites to make this work because of cultural differences. Google Translate was just not going to cut it. And so when I actually bid the job, it was way too expensive for these people. So I ended up building a couple of outreach sites for a couple of their individual locations, and that's it. But so I chose to do this site because I wanted to see what it would take with an unlimited budget. So the first thing I did was I hired a dream team of some of the most amazing people in the world. So the first person I hired was Steve McCurry. He's a photographer that shot the picture of the little girl over in Afghanistan with the green eyes. I remember when I saw that picture, I was amazed. Well, this guy's still shooting pictures, and he's amazing. And so he travels all over the world. He speaks several languages. He goes to war torn third world countries all the time. So he would be a great photographer for this project. And then I chose for image editing, I chose the CEO of Adobe because Adobe is pretty much the end all see all of image and media editing. And he's been working there since '05, but he really started in the '90s doing this stuff. So he's literally the smartest person on the planet when it comes to image and media editing. I chose Noam Chomsky is my culture and lingual expert because he's worked with every Ivy League school out there. He is the man when it comes to culture and languages. Um, there's a lot of web designers out there, but I chose Ethan Marcourt because I thought that his development of responsive web design was maybe the most groundbreaking thing that has happened in web design since I can remember. And that is the ability to be able to go from tablet to phone to internet to huge screen to small screen, all with the same site. And that is amazing. So I wanted Ethan on my team for web design. And of course, since Mark Zuckerberg's going to be available to me, I want him as my social media marketing and search engine optimization guy. Um, so I thought about calling Bill Gates about coding, but I don't really know if he's the best man for the job. James Gosling developed JavaScript, and he's known as Doctor Java. Java is the basic building blocks and substructure for every coding language or every code ever. And so he, has several degrees from several different colleges. He's got a PhD, a master's degree, and so I want him to do all my hard coding and database work. And then finally, there's me, and I'm the project manager. I chose to be the seventh guy because I have no qualifications to be on this team at all. So my skills and accolades and abilities are irrelevant here. My job is to just oversee the project, establish milestones, uh, write big checks, and provide lots of moral support. But one of my main things is I want to track all communication. So anything needs to be attention me so that I can see that people are communicating in a healthy way. So that if there is a problem, I can step in there ahead of time and do something about it. Um, Other than that, it's all pretty self-explanatory in the doc. Um, I explain the description, the summary. Um, the deliverables will be the entire site and all the databases with all the pages. Um, I want to use WordPress because there's no after this dream team dissolves, there's going to be no uh, maintenance done. So I'd like to be able to do all the maintenance myself on a fixed budget. So I can do that within the confines of WordPress, I believe. Um, and then also all the photography needs to be used for future advertising. Uh, and the marketing and SEO campaigns need to be uh, all documented in writing so that they can be used later. The benefits of this project are to boost the interest in the trips and show the stakeholders and donors what's going on. Really, this site is designed to not only draw in new customers, but also or new clients, but also to show what's going on with the different projects going on all over the world. The budget is anything it takes, which was the fun part about this. And I have no reason to believe that this won't go over 7 figures. This is $1 million website for sure. I set a pretty strict time frame on it. It's going to be 90 days starting May 1st and then in July 31st. And so my dependencies are a little screwed up, and the reason why is because on such a tight schedule, everybody needs to be working all the time. So, like, there are certain situations like all the stock images that this NPO has. The image editor can be going through those while the photographer's out on the site shooting, so no one's really waiting for anybody. But you'll see in the Gantt chart that there are several pretty important tendencies. The big risk of this project is to spend all this money and generate no new interest. That would be sad. The milestones in this project are I broke it up into 3 sections: research, the starting period, assembly, and then crunch time at the end where everything's getting fitted together and finished. Um, at the end of each milestone, there'll be a payday. That's all in the Gantt chart. And then bonuses will be awarded to those who meet the requirements. So, there's going to be a cash incentive to do a good job. The stakeholders are Indigenous Visits International, IVI, its executives, and their donors. I'm the project manager. Steve McCurry is the photographer. Shania, I can't even pronounce his name. Naruan from Adobe is the image editing. Chomsky is the linguist and cultural expert. Ethan Marcotte is the web designer. Mark Zuckerberg's marketing and SEO. James Gosling's coding, and I am the project manager. Here's my work breakdown sheet. I have each person, and I struggled with this because I thought about throwing different people's tasks in different orders, but it just didn't make sense like that. And so I have each person's contributions in each section. It's the only thing that really worked. And as you'll see, there's such a big spread of overlaps here, just because everybody has to be working. So here's me up top with my milestones and payments and moral support. Site photography. Steve ends his thing right after the 1st of June, so he'll be done. And then image editing will be done pretty shortly after that. And then at that point in time, it'll just be, coding. Everybody's assembling, creating databases, creating virtual servers, and all that stuff. Um, Really, other than that, everything else is super technical in this and needs to be read instead of described by me. But everybody's been assigned a color. Each color spreads out. Here's the dependency system. Um, so we have our work breakdown sheet, Gantt chart, team, and their accolades. And also I put their tasks underneath it here, which aren't, I changed things a little bit and I didn't change this, but this is irrelevant anyway. And then there is the charter. So anyway, thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Goodbye.